Hello, this is Solomon Davis, Right Side Trader. Today is February 10th, 2024, and this is my weekly market review where I'm reviewing the Russell 2000, that's IWM, on a quarterly chart, monthly chart, weekly chart, and a daily chart. This is all for educational purposes only. As we all know, trading is risky. You can lose money at trading, so please check with your financial advisor, please check with your significant other, and make sure trading is something that is actually suited for you. All right, no trade recommendations, but later on today I plan on making another video on the SPY. Since if you guys actually watch, you Russell guys actually watch my SPY video, I had mentioned that I was expecting the market to go to 500. I said it should be okay. It was only $4 away, but seemed like it took all week for it to get there. And I'm going to show you some of the things when trading options, how you can actually get yourself in trouble or how you can actually make money using options on doing those type of trades. Just kind of give you just dabble a little bit into give me an understanding of options. If that's something, one of the things I do actually trade around these things. But that's going to be still no trade recommendation. It's all done and all. It's just that Solomon said it's going to 500. See what's and I used to have a problem with that. Solomon said and all, and I was talking about a lot of different things, and people would trade them, and they would do all right. But no more Solomon says. But let's go ahead and jump over here to these charts and take a look and see what we see on this quarterly chart on the Russell 2000. On the Russell 2000, look at that. It's trying to get rid of some of that red. It actually forming a doji, a cross. You know, the Russell, you know, we're going to get, when we get down on the lower time frames, look like it might be trying to join the party. You know, we have to kind of like just wait and see what's happening there. It's above pivot. You know, that's what I kind of expect. You know, I'm thinking this year it can reach maybe an R1, maybe by the end of the year, the way the Russell is, because over here it does have a lot of supply, and this little supply here has been giving it a hard time here recently anyway to get above that level. And all the thing is, when it gets up here, it's going to have a hard time getting above that level. And this pivot is just this yearly pivot. That's what these are. Yearly pivot is just below that level. So that's why, again, you guys who do the long-term trading, you just look. You know, you got into the market, you know, somewhere back over here when it was turning around, and you know, you're in this thing for years, and you realize you're not making a lot of money, but you're not losing money. That's what I tell some of the people who ask me about, oh, I'm not, what's going on, and I find out they got them in some kind of Russell index or some kind of Russell fund, you know, because the Russell is a big one with 2,000 different companies in. It's kind of diversified, like people like doing, and all. So it seems kind of safe, and it is over the last couple of years after the drop. And if they piled in down here, you know, and didn't take out down here at the bottom, you know, they've been growing slowly, and that's all you can really hope for. That's all I said, hope. That's all you really can expect as the market goes on, you know. But that's it on the quarterly chart. That's what you look at. For the long-term traders, you look at your account once or twice. You look at it once a month, once a quarter, or whatever. You know, you're in there for the whole next 30 years. So let's go ahead and take a quick look at the monthly chart and see what we see here on the monthly chart. The 10 is finally beginning to look up. We've been getting higher lows, but we still haven't got that higher high yet. We haven't broke this high over here. We haven't even broke last month high, you know. But the thing is, we got to see, you know, this is the beginning of this month here, February. We got to see, if we can break this high, you know, that would be huge. I don't expect the Russell to go all the way up here to an R1 level like the other indexes are doing right now. The most that I expect maybe this month out of the Russell is maybe getting close to this high and maybe breaking this high. Because again, you're looking back here at this supply back here, and this supply back here, it's been keeping this market down here for a long. I can't say it's been keeping this market down here for a long time, but it's been beneath this supply here, you know, over a year. So we gotta. Again, once it does break, in my opinion, once it does break it, we're going to probably see something like this. This market is just going to run up for a few months once this does start running. That's just my opinion. You know, I do not know what's going to happen on the Russell and all. The Russell can get up here and turn around and can run back down. The Russell has been, as you can see, most of the time it hasn't been going anywhere. Back over here and back here all last couple of years. So let's go ahead and go down to the weekly chart and see what we see. Now on this weekly chart, though, I'm gonna zoom in a little bit here, and before I was looking at, the Russell. When we get down to the daily chart, we can see the details. I was kind of expecting it to try to get back over this level right. It was kind of like this level right in here, and it did, but it came right back down and came all the way back down here, a couple of weeks ago. And now this week, I had said I think the Russell was going higher back here, and it ended up coming back down here and actually closing this gap. But I wasn't expect. The thing was, I really didn't expect it to come down here below this low, because this is our previous low that we had. If this thing is going to make legs down, the question is, will it break this low next and make a leg lower, or will it break this high next and start reversing and making a leg higher? That's the question with the Russell. And the way the Russell is, it's hard to kind of know what to expect here. This is because the Russell, again, while I was talking to someone else, the Russell can stay within this little range here. The Russell can stay within this from, maybe you can say, I'll go down to 185. From 185 to 205. That's like a $20 range, though. But the Russell can probably stay in that $20 range the way it is all year long. All I know, I don't know. I'm just trying to just show you what I see on the chart and show you what the Russell normally does. That'd be kind of crazy if it does do something like that, if it gets in that tight of a range, for a few months. But it can happen. Anything can happen in the market, and that's the way you have to trade. You have to trade based on that. Anything can happen. So I'll just leave it at that. Let's go ahead and go down to the daily chart and see what we see there. And I'm going to zoom in here on this daily chart. And this was back here when I was thinking the market was going to go higher. It had started doing this. We had an option expiration, and I was looking for it to get above this level right here. It got above this level, then it came back down. And now again, this week, it came back down, and I was talking to another trader, and I said, I don't think it's going to go below 190. And you can see our chats out there that we was chatting about this because again, I was looking at this low down here. I didn't think it would go below this low, because again, it's still looking. Even though we had a nice pullback, this was very bullish the way this thing was gapping up, and then went sideways here. I was expecting it to go higher, but it didn't drop. It finally dropped a little bit, but when it was dropping, I didn't expect it to take out this low right here. I actually sold stuff above, I sold stuff below, and I sold stuff above, the range that I expect. No trade recommendations there, but that's the way I trade. I look to sell and I look to buy stock. I didn't buy into the Russell when I saw this bullish daily pattern right here again, like I saw over here last time. Again, that was still almost $7 on a trade, which is not bad. But that's good. That's all I really. And I'm going on too much getting into trades and stuff. But that's it. The Russell, I do see. The question is, come next week, we will be opening above pivot. The question is, once we open above pivot, are we going to do one of these crazy things like it has done before, where it pulls back down to pivot, then the below pivot, and drop on us, or will it do like I like to see it? What I usually see on other indexes and other stocks, above pivot, stay above pivot. The Russell doesn't like following my rules. It may come down to pivot and drop, but most stocks I see them come down to pivot and bounce, or they can just continue to run up to that R1. I do not know on the Russell, so the Russell is always one of those ones where I try to give it plenty of room and be ready to roll any trades at any time when it starts getting too close, like what happened here on this Friday. The Russell went up a whole lot faster and further than I expected. But that's it. That's all I really want to talk about here on the Russell. I hope you guys had a great week. Hope you guys having a great weekend, and I'll talk to you next week. Have a good one. Bye. This is Solomon, right side trader. Let's see. I'm looking for this. Have a good one. Bye.